There are trains in the middle of nowhere, a line on the horizon. Even deep in the Sahara, there is a world of silence and sometimes agitation.
Hello and welcome to Mauritania. I'm in the Sahara, a setting that is unique in the world, to view the show of dunes and infinity. My journey will take me from the Sahara Desert, the largest in the world, to Nouadhibou, on the Atlantic coast, by train, on the longest iron ore train in the world. There's sand almost everywhere, except for by the station. Come on, let's go. The Sahara is also a matter for the rails. In Mauritania, the ocean of sand is split by the railroad tracks. The iron ore train is a source of life for the whole country, composed of 90% desert, and became independent since 1960. A scrap metal monster hiding another, smaller tourist train for the desert travelers. Hello, Bula.
Hello, Olivier.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You're going to be my
How's it
guide.
going?
You're a man of the desert.
Yes,
It's going to be nice to discover your country with you.
sure. We'll start on the train, and then we'll see something else.
Great.
We're not going to do anything without drinking a welcome cup of tea first. In Mauritania, it's tradition.
The famous traditional tea.
It is the
I'm
custom,
thrilled.
my friend.
We have to take off our shoes even in the train in Mauritania?
Yes, to respect the custom.
Bula, I think I'm going to drink a lot of tea in Mauritania, right?
Yes, like everybody who lives here.
What are you doing? Why do you have to stir the tea? To make foam?
Yes, it's for foaming and to make it look good.
Only for aesthetics.
Only aesthetics, my friend.
But it's also the way of tea.
There's a big difference.
There's no comparison.
For every person you love and care for, wouldn't serve tea without foam.
So it means you're starting to care about me now.
Yes, you're my friend.
Well, here we go. Between two giant convoys of iron ore on the same track, the desert train transports about 15 hikers and adventure travel enthusiasts. They finally discover this country, which was neglected for about 10 years because of instability and terrorism.
That is to say, for 135 kilometers, we have underground basins that this water train supplies.
Sid Ahmed, you're the guide of this desert train. Nice to meet you. There are travelers and walkers with us. Is it new and important, the return of the desert train?
A secure country is a rich country. It's neither the business, numbers, fish, gold, nor diamonds. It's safety first, the wealth of the country.
And that's the case here today in Mauritania.
Here is the proof. There are tourists on the desert train. It didn't run for 12 years. And this year, hamdulillah shukrulu, the train is running in this desert. I've been waiting for this for 12 years. Shukran. Thank you very much.
Waiting for the ore train, my guide Bula is taking me to the desert by other means of transport. Just as safe and consistent. It's going to be a bumpy ride. All aboard? Oh, here we go. It's pretty good up here. Yalla! So you're coming with me, Bula, huh?
Yeah, relax, calm down.
With you, I'm relaxed. Drunk in freedom, the camel drivers in their sand principality perpetuate the art of the caravan. we arrive in a singular oasis, Tenasher, where only the wives stay, waiting for their husbands, who go to work in the iron ore salt mines. What are these stories these women are telling in their singing?
It's about a woman who's missing her husband. He's been away for a couple of months, and she really wants him back home.
All right, it's a love song then.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you, my friend.
Your husband went to work outside the oasis,
Yes.
and he'll be back in a few days? And then it'll be party time again then.
She's telling you that you have reminded her of her husband. She is saying that the night he'll be back, there's going to be a special party for him, so all the women will gather, and she's going to do her braid and her henna. She's going to make herself beautiful for her husband, despite her age.
In Tenasher, the women fight against abandonment, cultivating plots of land to the edge of the oasis. They also welcome desert walkers when they venture out here. It's a lovely little place. A good night. Except when there's sand everywhere, of course. Hello, Bula.
Hello, Olivier. Did you sleep well?
I slept very well, and you?
Yes. So now I'm going to show you the oasis and the beautiful dunes of Tenasher.
Okay,
These dunes are very
I'll
beautiful.
follow you.
Let's go.
In the forgotten oasis, the women are not only fighting loneliness, but also the sand silting. The dunes are great moving walls, and sand waves overwhelm everything, even souls. Well, this oasis has to be earned. It's beautiful.
Yes, it has to be earned. But unfortunately, as you can see, this oasis risks disappearance in a few years.
Threatened by the dunes and sand silting.
Exactly.
So every year the desert is expanding a little bit more.
Yes, apparently the desert is expanding by 5 meters a year.
There are walls, including a higher one. Is there anything we can do about that sand silting?
People living here have tried every means at their disposal to stop the dunes from advancing, but to no avail.
All the date palms we can see all over there aren't enough to stop the expansion of the desert?
No, they aren't enough. This tree in front of us is called the prosopis.
Okay.
It does stop the advance of the dunes, but also draws water 150 meters below the surface. It's a risk to the phreatic table. I think that this oasis has only a few years left.
And people here don't want to leave.
No, they don't. They want to stay here in Tenasher.
The sandstorms lift all the dirt up and forces humility. Humans can only bow to these gigantic hourglasses. A silence of 1,000 silences, wrote Saint-Exupéry. I'm glad to see the desert with you. Your desert.
It is a great pleasure for me to see you discovering this beautiful Mauritanian desert that I love.
And discovering the oasis.
Absolutely.
Mauritania is a big country, twice the size of France. How many people still live in the desert?
The surface area of Mauritania is 1,030,700 square kilometers. It's twice the size of France and 4 times the size of Germany, but its population hasn't yet reached 4 million inhabitants. And 10% of this are nomadic.
Which means that 400,000 people are now living in this huge desert.
Yes,
Surviving.
we live off date palms, farming, and other businesses, of course.
In one of these remote towns, Philippe, a French humanitarian, takes care of a small school, the Desert Madrasa. The École des Sables supports schooling in the region.
So now we're going to see the little school.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Are you all right, children?
Hello. Okay. Here are some pencils so children can write thank you cards to Philippe and his friends at the association. And notebooks.
Here you go.
Here you go. You already got one. No? The children seem very happy that we're giving them notebooks and pens.
Yes, they're very happy, even if they don't quite express it out of modesty and reserve, because it's the basis of education, especially for young girls. But there's one thing that never fails: their eyes. They're shining with joy.
Philippe, I feel you are very moved when you speak about your humanitarian work here. You were very attracted to this country. Does that mean you're committed now? You're involved?
Yes, I am. I do think that we have some kind of responsibility. As Europeans, we are wealthier, so we have facilities that they can't even imagine here.
You're passionate about this.
Oh yes, it's my everyday.
Mauritania is a country of 4 million inhabitants. The majority of the population is less than 25 years old, so there are huge needs for education, I imagine.
Yes, there's a huge need for education, especially since we're starting from a very low base. Culturally, these are populations of farmers who are now more semi-nomadic than nomadic. But they've come back to fit in, settle in on the land of their ancestors, where often a great-great-great-grandfather is buried. And what makes us have a connection to the points of settlement of the populations? At the moment, several families are regrouping, and where there are school-aged children, they naturally are asking to have a school, which they often build themselves. It's just makeshift, but it's not bad to use that word because they don't have the means. The difficulty beyond that, from a national aspect, is to find enough teachers to hold that many positions. Hence the government's policy to seek to group together, to mutualize. This is our base, pooling resources so that as many people as possible can use it in one place.
In this École des Sables built by the association, children come from very far away thanks to an all-terrain and open-air school pickup. At the end of the dunes, the desert train resumes its course. Railroad, sand road. The Saharan train also likes to take its time. Hello, Thierry.
Hello.
I know you're passionate about Mauritania, but also about art, so I come and sit with you.
Nice to meet you.
So you travel and you paint Mauritanian landscapes?
Yes, I sketch.
Wadis and so on. Yeah.
Here are the tickets. This was our first camp last night, in the village of Azougi. So here it is this morning. It's not finished. It's Tenzag's Pass, actually. We've come off the shelter of a draw, and we went down to take the road to Tume.
You seem to know this country very well, don't you?
It's a country I've known since my early childhood.
Oh, so you've actually lived here?
I've lived here since 1963. My father worked on mafia at the time. It is the working part of the train. He and his colleagues were detached from the SNCF.
Okay, so he was involved in the construction of the railway?
Yes, he was. It started in 1962, in fact, when the line was created.
Okay, so your dad actually built the line?
He participated incrementally to the construction site.
How fast did it go then?
It was pretty fast, since it was several kilometres a day. Per day, yes, that's a lot. It's a line that's 650 kilometres long, which starts from the seashore where all the materials were arriving and goes to Zouarat, where there is iron ore mining.
In any case, you clearly carry Mauritania in your heart. I mean, you love this country.
Ah, it's my second home, yes.
The desert train takes me to Zouarate, the city of the iron mine. This is the city of Mauritania's treasure chest, its treasure, which is well guarded. The scenery changes abruptly, from gold to fire. Another world awaits me beyond the dunes. The iron mine of Zouarate. Saint-Exupéry spotted it flying over the Maures desert in 1929 during the time of the air post. A Dantean universe crisscrossed by steel dinosaurs, nibbling at its flanks day and night, with brave truckers.
Behind it is 200 tons.
200 tons?
200 tons of ore.
We'd better check the brakes before we go down.
Yes, of course. The company's clear to ensure that safety is the priority of all priorities.
And is it a job that is passed down from father to son here?
For some of us, yes.
For you?
Yes. And we are very happy to work in this company, despite the fatigue and all that. But this is a sacrifice for our country, of course.
Yeah, I do feel that there is a certain pride in you and the other employees when it comes to the mining company.
We're very happy. It gives us strength. It's our company.
The iron ore is conveyed to the plain and then to the big ore train. Never before has the railroad been so worthy of its name. Hello. Can we go up?
Okay.
So you're going to Nouadhibou?
Yes.
Okay.
How are you?
Can I come with you?
Of course.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Is it this way? Finally, here it is, the legendary Sahara train. A beast. The 16,000-ton monster shakes the sand around it and runs like a giant reptile through the vastness and mystery of the land. The desert, home of the wind and caravans made of steel, in waves of ever-changing sand. Amazing to see this welcoming tea ceremony, in all weathers and even at full speed. There's a nice view here from the train.
Very nice view.
This train, which is the ore train, is a very big train.
It's a really, really big train.
Still the longest train in the world?
Yes. Sometimes it's more than a mile long.
And you, as the operation controller, you make this trip, what, very often?
Very often, yes.
You're in charge of what's happening on the railroad tracks. There are camels, aren't there?
Oh yeah, we control everything. Sometimes camels come and cross the track, and sometimes the train crushes them.
And what's wrong with the railroad tracks?
When there's the meeting of trains, that's a problem.
You have to be careful when you pass each other.
When we meet, yes.
2 kilometers on one side, 2 kilometers on the other side.
Each train, when they see each other, has to stop and doesn't leave until the other train crossing has gone.
Okay, 76, okay, bien reçu. 16:05.
Hassan, we're braking now. Why?
Yes, we'll be taking the 30-mile-an-hour turnaround.
Yeah?
for braking.
All right.
We're going to pass the 7 train.
Ah, we passed the train going the other way.
Yes, exactly.
It's an empty train coming from Nouadhibou, and apparently it's going to be a very long one. Our train is almost a mile long, and I think this is almost the same length. We'll be careful. We take this little break and have opportunity to go see the passengers right at the end of the train, but it's almost a mile walk. Then it maybe it's an exaggeration. Shall I try to get on that little train?
Go on,
That's
then.
right.
See you soon. Hello. I'll try to find some passengers.
Yes, go for it.
Yes, it's there. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the ride. I've gained 2 kilometers. Hello. How are you? Will you accept me on board your carriage? Can I come up? I can't see anything now. You have to do it 20 times to learn how. You have to be professional, huh? I hope I can breathe a little with this. Thank you for accepting me. So I don't have a train ticket, is that okay?
No problem.
It's free.
We don't pay.
It is. Well, now it's going to be cold, so we have to cover up and also protect ourselves from dust. And what do you do for a living?
We're looking for gold.
Looking for gold.
Yes.
Is it hard to travel on the train when it's cold at night and, well, with the dust?
Yes, there's dust. It's cold. There's a lot of inconveniences, but it's okay.
Are you going to be okay?
Yes.
Hassan tells me about his quest for nuggets in the desert, not far from the railroad tracks. He sometimes only brings back small treasures, but he and his friends keep the secret and hope one day to make a fortune.
There's dust in your eyes, huh? I don't know how you bear it. To go on like this for hours. And we're covered in soot.
Yes, it's hard.
Well, I'm gonna put some ski goggles on soon, right?
They're nice.
You're going all the way?
Yes.
What's your job?
I'm a taxi driver.
Driver too?
Yes.
A truck?
No, a taxi.
Okay. A taxi in the desert?
Yes. Taxi, Nouakchott, transport.
Oh yes, everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
It's cold. Is it working? Ah, yes, there's fire. It's really what we call resourcefulness. A gas stove on the wagon. We'll have tea for sure. Perfumed by iron ore.
Yes.
Careful, the blanket's gonna catch fire.
Ça va aller, ça va aller. Ça brille pas, ça grille pas.
Ah, thank you. Is that for me? Thank you. Shukran. Wherever we are, there's tea and hospitality. I'm very touched by the attitude of Mauritanians, wherever they are, in the desert, in the villages, or on the world's longest iron ore train. And surely one of the nicest trains. It's for you. You like it? The skip and the beast. On the railroad trailer,
The new nomads prepare their shelter with lungs infested with iron particles. A camel ride under the benevolent lights of the Sahara Desert and its lost kingdoms. A prayer on the metal frames and under the moon. Here, the Milky Way and the railroad go so well together.
I'm going to sleep now. Good night. I can't see anything anyway. Ugh. We're 3 under the blanket. We'll keep warm. Good night. I get off here. Well, bon voyage. I was delighted to share these moments with all of you. Bye, city. Bye.
Bye.
Bon voyage, sir.
See you soon. Bye.
Here.
Are those sardines?
Yes, they are.
How much does it cost? How much?
It's 400 for both.
400 for
But I'm
both?
offering them
Oh,
to you.
please don't.
Yes.
Really, you don't have to.
I pay them.
Thank you very much. I'm getting up onto the only passenger car which is full and where every half square meter is occupied. There's no space. There's no free space. It's full. Sorry. Is there space for me here? No? There's just a little bit of space. All right. Good evening. Can I sit here? I'll try not to kick the pans. It's sport. You are all going to Nouadhibou?
Yes.
Okay, my name is Olivier, and you are?
My name is Ali.
Ali. Well, it's a little warmer than on the iron ore wagon.
You can take this off. There's no problem.
I see that everyone's well equipped here.
Yes, everyone is well
We
equipped.
can eat and
We
drink.
can eat. We can have fun. We can...
The only problem is there's not much space, right?
Yes, right.
And we're still working it out.
Yes, we'll work it out among ourselves.
You live in Nouadhibou, by the sea?
Yes, I live in Nouadhibou.
At Ran Nouadhibou, with the famous white headland at
Yes,
the end?
I know the White Headland.
Oh, what are you doing over there?
I do technical studies
Technical studies. And what will be your job afterwards?
in auto mechanics.
With this knowledge, you're sure to find work in Mauritania, no?
You know, Mauritania is a country where it's quite hard to get your degree and find a job that suits you. It's very difficult.
Yes. You're about to get your mechanics diploma. Do you have hope in Mauritania?
Yes,
For
of
tomorrow?
course.
For the future of the country?
Yes, I have a lot of hope for the new generation. I have great hope. This generation has the spirit to change, to build the new Mauritania.
Tell me, Ali, on the train, is it a chance for Mauritanians to meet, to talk to each other?
To meet and talk to each other, yes. Discuss and exchange positive ideas. Ideas that can also contribute in the future. Slow and steady wins the race. I think that it's gonna be okay, inshallah.
Those are hopeful words, and that's good.
Yes. No one will come and change Mauritania. Only us, the next generation.
There is no dining car here. Can I eat with you?
Yes.
I'll pay for my meal.
Of course. No problem.
The problem when you take the iron train is after that, we're a little dirty.
Yes. There's a lot of dust there.
You see that?
Yes.
Thank you for having me. Yeah,
Bon, bah, je vais goûter, hein.
it's time to taste it.
Le plat de Mohamed,
Mohammed's dish.
Abdoulaye.
Abdul Ali's dish.
Ah, bah, c'est délicieux.
It's delicious.
Ouais,
Very,
très, très bon.
very good. The beast continues its race throughout the night with its 16,000 tons of cargo and hope in the hold. A little nap before the next stopover. In the crush, passengers sleep where they can, sometimes standing up.
Voilà, c'est
Oh,
ouvert.
it's deserted. A train station finally, or rather a few households, in the middle of nowhere. It was a short night. It's true that the Sandman can't make a fortune in the desert.
Voilà, je quitte Tmemichat.
I am leaving the
La
Tememichat,
base vie, la
the
base
life
de
base,
la
the
société
iron ore
Mauretania.
society base.
Regardez, c'est marqué
Look,
là.
it's written right
C'est
there.
un camp
It's a
en plein
camp in the
milieu
middle of the
du désert. Ça fait
desert.
du bien d'être reposé
It's
sur
good to be
tous les
rested
trappes
and
de
above all in a
trappes.
clean
Visiter
place.
ces petites gares.
I'm gonna visit this little desert station, and apparently there aren't many people. An unlikely village, which sprang from the sands and lives only thanks to the railroad. The dunes and walls combine. Here, the desert remains king and knows how to take back all its rights.
Ah, on sent bien
Ah,
qu'on est
why
dans
does
un
it
petit
feel like we're in a
village
small
sur le
village on the
chemin.
railway?
Regardez, les
Look,
traverses sont
the
récupérées
sleepers are
pour,
recovered
pour
enough
faire
for
des
constructing
bâtiments,
buildings,
des gouttières, mais aussi
gutters,
pour
and
lutter
also
contre
to
l'ancien
fight against the silting.
système D.
Resourcefulness. A landscape of eternity where the sand dissolves time and erases the tracks. Like the first city of Chinguetti, a city that's been mythical for centuries, buried in the wind.
Devant nous,
In front of us, can we see Chinguetti?
In front of us. On the right is the Chinguetti of 1917, and on the left is the Chinguetti of 1264.
From 1917? The city that was moved in the time of the French.
Yes.
Why? Because the sand finally forced the city to evacuate?
The sand is gaining ground, so people are expelled by it.
Okay. And it's all because of that strong east wind that blows behind us.
It's all because of this prevailing wind from the east. If you don't mind my saying so, we're stepping on houses that have been completely covered with sand. So we're really stepping on houses. And it's going to be the case for the second and also the third Chinguetti.
je reste optimiste.
You stay optimistic on the fate of the desert cities and oases.
I'll stay optimistic until the day I die, especially for this city, which is a holy city for us, the seventh holy city of Islam. So we're going to fight to save this holy city.
The merchants and scholars who stopped at this oasis during the pilgrimages left one of the great treasures of the desert here, a library of sands. There's also this, the trail of ancient caravans.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Olivier, we are in one of the old libraries of Chinguetti, Habit's library.
All right.
And here is the curator, Mr. Abdullah, one of this family's sons.
Okay. You have to wear gloves? I can't wait to see this. From the 13th century. Unbelievable. Look at these colors. Is this a religious manuscript?
It's a theology manuscript.
Was it written in Chinguetti, or was it brought here by the Oasis inhabitant?
It was brought back through the Mecca paths.
In this oasis of books, works of poetry, Arabic grammar, geometry, astrology, and even a manual by the great Persian scholar Avicenna, signed by his own hand. I'm amazed. You have centuries and centuries of history preserved here in this small library, sheltered from the wind and the dust. With Bula, we decide to camp on the caravan trail, which gets closer to the iron convoy. Bula, who's regaining his nomadic instincts, finds a perfect place between the dunes of great loneliness.
Here we are.
Yes, we're going to make our shelter here.
Place. You
We'll
chose
set
this
up our tent,
location.
sheltered
For
from
our
the
rest.
wind. We're safe here.
And we're protected by the dune in front of us.
Yes,
The sun goes down quickly here in the desert, and it's gonna get cold.
yes.
So let's hurry up and
Oh,
get
yes.
the tent. Come on.
We have
Let's go.
everything we need. We have sleeping bags, mattresses, everything we need.
Hey, Bula, my master of the desert tells me I must set up the tent well, because if I don't, we might get a little surprise in the early morning with the night wind.
It's okay now.
So tonight I'm going to taste camel. Has it got a strong taste?
No, no, not strong. It's tender.
Yes, but a little tasty.
Of course. Everything we do has taste. You won't regret coming to Mauritania.
I already don't regret it at all. And I feel like you're living through it again when
right.
you're only far away from the village, far away from the city. You're almost another Bula.
Now I'm getting my strength back, my friend. I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad you came to bring me back to the desert.
I'm thrilled too.
So am I.
We have to dress warmly tonight.
Yes, we have to.
Let's taste this camel meat. Dromedary meat, to be accurate.
Here is salt, my friend, if you're short of it.
Just right.
All right. Enjoy.
Thank you. The meat is tender. It's very tasty and a little strong. Huh? It's really delicious. Thank you for this invitation to the desert.
Oh, you're welcome, sir.
Yes.
Allez.
There we go, getting ready for the night. We're in the sleeping bags.
If you're cold, you can go sleep into the tent.
Yes, absolutely. Oh boy, look at this show.
Oh, yeah.
It's unbelievable to see all those stars. Huh. Wow. Good night, Bula.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
The next day, I'm joining a small convoy that's eagerly waiting, a vital artery in the desert. The water train, which is also a mobile shop. Tens of cubic meters at each stage, for free, to help the nomads in their great transhumance. Hello.
Hello.
You're the tanker manager? Does the water go here?
Yes.
It's coming along nicely. There's a hell of a flow. And the water arrives in this well, lost in the depths of the desert, but which the farmers and animals know well, and which is refueled every week by this train of life and its great tank cars. Mr. Musa, are you the conductor?
Yes, I'm the conductor of this train of life.
The train of life.
The train of life.
Why do we call it the train of life?
Because it's a train that supplies the entire population from a distance of 569 kilometers to Nouadhibou.
I see that there's not only water, but there's also food, passengers, and mostly animals. You're carrying a lot of things.
This is for the mobile vendors. These are merchants who have been around for years. They have their reserved wagons where they can put their goods, also for supplying people along the way.
Do you like the job of being a life conductor?
Yes, I like it a lot. I love it because it did a lot to me.
How do you feel?
I can feel humanity. I sense consideration and I feel responsible. I sense knowledge, a general knowledge all the way through.
Well, if you're needed, I won't delay you. Can I come up? Here or there?
You can be up here with the people. Take a seat.
All right. Okay.
Go find a space and sit with people.
But I don't have any tickets. Is that
it's
okay?
It's free.
All right. So I'll see you at the next water stop.
Inshallah.
Okay. See you.
Inshallah, God willing.
Salam alaikum. The train of life is slowing down, which is a good sign. We are apparently at a supply point, a small village that's inhabited. I can see heads popping out. I think Musa, the conductor, is eagerly awaited. We can get a lot of things here.
Yes, this is bread.
Bread?
Yes, it's bread.
Breadcrumbs for breading food. All right.
Yes.
How about this?
It's a des.
Oh, lentils.
C'est pas fini, ça continue.
It's not over. They're still selling while the train is running. That was the change, instead of giving back a few bucks. Our merchant friend has thrown a can of sardines. That makes it even. Oh, a customer forgot to pay. Desert men are honest. In this village, the shepherds aren't sure if they'll sell their goats. One of them found a taker. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
How's business today? Is it working or not?
A little.
Not much?
No, it's not much. For this long road, it's not much.
And is it better than, say, having a fixed shop?
The ones who run the big businesses are people with a lot of money. I don't have enough money. That's why I'm taking the train, so I don't have to pay for transportation. It's a good compromise.
You come here every week for the train?
Yes, we're coming because it's like a marketplace. This train is very important for the village. It brings us food.
And everything we need.
It's the final stretch. The ore train takes us to the port of Nouadhibou, on the shores of the ocean, and to the end of the long peninsula. My friend Bula went ahead to see his family again. Final stop for passengers and our precious iron cargo. Bula!
Oh, hello, Olivier.
Good to see you again.
Are you okay? Did you have a good
I
trip?
had a great trip. Tiring
Happy
but
to hear
wonderful
that.
and full of
Nice.
encounters.
Glad to see you again here in
Well, so am
Nouadhibou.
I.
You're welcome.
I'm thrilled. We're in your
Good.
country, in your
Yes,
city.
in my city.
Nouadhibou. In Nouadhibou, the iron is loaded on board mainly Chinese ships. Nearly 80% of this very pure iron ore is purchased by China for the trifle of $100 a ton. Between the bay and the ocean, Bula is showing me around Nouadhibou, a port that has become the economic lungs of Mauritania. Even its fisheries have kept the charm of ancient times. Wow, it's very busy in this port.
Yes, this is the biggest port of artisanal fisheries in Mauritania. As you can see, this port creates a lot of work for people, not only Mauritanians, but also other nationalities who come here to work. This means that Mauritania is a country which is open to everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
You're a fishing boss here.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so fishing. Here in Mauritania has been great activity, one of the most important for the country's wealth.
Right.
Is that still the case?
Of course. This activity is one of the most lucrative in Mauritania. After the iron activity, fishing comes in second place. It generates funding tremendously and creates much needed jobs.
Are Mauritanian coasts still as fish abundant as ever?
Of course, the Mauritanian coast, you often hear, as I do, is one of the richest sources of fish in the world.
Does that mean that fish is still a traditional staple dish for Mauritanians?
Unfortunately, there is no specific boat to supply the local market. There are boats which do it, but they're not so well equipped to supply the market here.
I know you have to go, so I won't delay you anymore, Musa. So I wish you a good day and great fishing.
Thank
Catch a
you,
nice
Olivier.
octopus.
Thanks a lot.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
See
Good
you.
fishing.
Bye.
In Mauritania, fisheries agreements are very favorable to certain countries, including China and Russia, at the expense of local buyers. Fish, a treasure that's also going back to the open sea. There we go. The journey ends up here on the White Headland, by the ocean. A long haul through the dreamlike sceneries of dunes. But also a desert that is, after all, very varied. I've been especially moved by the generosity and hospitality of the Mauritanians I've been able to meet, and by Bula, my guide. But also Maloum, the teacher, Ali, the student, and many others. Mauritania is a gem that hasn't finished revealing all its secrets. Anyway, it's an endearing country that opens its door for you. See you soon. Hello and welcome to World from a Train. I'll soon reach Sicily across the Straits of Messina. It's the largest island in the Mediterranean, but also one of the most beautiful, and I'm going to discover its mythical cities, like the famous Syracuse. So, the boat to get there is convenient, but on this one there's a little surprise. Come on, follow me. That's it. That's the surprise. Here in Italy, and especially in Sicily, the train also takes the boat. Between Sicily and Italy, it's often just a matter of securing it. Sometimes you distance yourself. Then we hook up together, on the right track. And that's the way the train ship sails. I was going to say I'm coming ashore, but ashore for the Italians is the terra firma, which is on the other side. It's the peninsula. And the Sicilians are holding on to this train because for them it's continuity territorial, as they say exactly in Italian. And so this permits them to go all over Italy. Sicily, an island of temperament, almost detached from the mainland. An archipelago bathed by 3 seas where the most brilliant civilizations have left their traces for 25 centuries, and where the legendary volcano Mount Etna is never far away. I'll go meet the Sicilians. Men and women with a sense of clan and hospitality. Hello, Elisabetta.
Hello, Olivia.
I have an appointment with Elisabetta, who recently founded the newspaper Sicilians. Messina holds no secrets from her. So, Elisabetta, here we are in Sicily at Messina. Is this another Italy?
Yes, it's a different Italy, especially because Sicily is an island. It's even the largest island in Italy. And it is an island with a long and special history, sometimes painful. It has been subjected to many foreign dominations, which, however, have enriched it enormously. One need only think of the Norman domination that helped us to send back the Saracens, who had been here for centuries. There were also the Spanish Bourbons, all these different and overlapping cultures. Well, they've made Sicily a unique place.
I imagine it must be quite pleasant to live in Sicily with that light, the sun.
Yes, the sun does help live. And when there's trouble, for instance, economic problems, having a good climate, as clement as ours, may seem banality, but it allows us to bear it better. At least we don't spend a lot of money on heating.
Hello, a ticket to Tusa. Castel de Tusa.
Yes, Tusa.
Well, it's not expensive, €4.30, and you can see the sea. It's right below the mountains. Sicily, province attached to Italy in 1861, and which is so famous since the stopovers of Ulysses. The train is an ideal way to discover the treasures of the island and its smiles, all the way to the big volcano. Hello. Are you from round here?
I come from the Romagna region. I'm not Sicilian. I married a Sicilian 2 years ago in Sicily, and now I'm going to St. Agata de Militello for work.
And is it good to take the train?
I have to take the train to work every day.
An hour, 2 hours?
2 hours, yes. I'm doing 200 kilometers a day, 100 in the morning and 100 in the evening. I'm a teacher, and unfortunately, where I live, in Messina, there aren't a lot of job opportunities. Sicily is wonderful. But what is beautiful is the magnificent landscape with the view of the coast. That comforts me. And then I read. I enjoy reading.
That's the north side of Sicily, the Tyrrhenian Sea. And there are lots of small villages. And that, what is it?
That's the Virgin Mary. That's a statue of Michelangelo.
So there's your whole story there.
The anchor represents the boat.
Are you a sailor?
I'm a chef on a boat. I've always had a passion for cooking. Besides, my father always sailed. At home, I've always lived with the memory of my dad, traveling on boats. I liked it. I was interested.
And now it's a holiday today? No boat, no sailing?
No, I'm not on vacation. Now I'm going back to Palermo. I'm going to get on another boat that's coming in at 7 o'clock.
The train moves a lot. The boat moves a little less, I guess.
No, when the sea is rough, the boat moves more.
Is that San Stefano?
Yes, that's it.
So we're here. We have to make the connection. Let's hurry. A curious patron of contemporary art is waiting for me in the village of Tusa. For a long time threatened by the mafia, he managed to fulfill his dream, to put works of art on the mountain. Hello, Antonio.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. So is this your open-air museum?
Yes, this is the place where beauty is returned. The beauty of the universe, which is turned into a pyramid on top of the mountain.
And why did you decide to create such an original place?
To offer in this region of Sicily, near Cefalù, a large open-air museum where 10 sculptures have found their place. At the top of the mountains, on the waterfront. That's one way to restore the beauty of modern times, to regenerate the landscape of Sicily, which is contemporary and chooses beauty and not abusive construction or violence.
So I hear you have a very special hotel. Will you show me?
Yes, it's an art museum where every room has been entrusted to the dream of utopia.
Let's go. It's unusual to live here. It's a unique place in the world.
It is a place of life where it is possible to live the dream of art while sleeping in a work of art, where you yourself become a work of art.
Well, I'm gonna see your masterpiece.
Yeah, let's go see.
Where are we going, Antonio? What room is it?
This is the room that pays homage to Pier Paolo Pasolini.
A drawbridge.
Yes, it's the gateway to knowledge. When we go in, we have to walk on words.
I'm impressed. It's mythical. We're going to walk on these words, said by poets and also filmmakers. That's the big screen. You can see practically a panorama of cinema. Good thing it's Pasolini. So it's written in Arabic because it's from Pasolini's famous film Arabian Nights.
Cinema is our world.
I think Pasolini would have liked living in this room.
This is Michel Canzoneri's shadow line room. This is the room of light and water.
Okay, and this is my room?
Yes, this is your room.
It's a boat, a passageway, and then I go into the captain's room. I mustn't get seasick. Thank you, Antonio.
Thanks to you.
And bravo for this artist's hotel.
Let us hope that we can still pass on the knowledge.
Good night.
Good night.
Well then, the next task is to find out in this captain's cabin of the ship where the bathroom is. Apparently there isn't one, but there is a barrel. Looks like an oil drum. Ah, there it is. You have to open the barrel. And then there is the sink. It's working. Like a boat. All I have to do now is wash and sleep. Come on. Right, good night. In the cabin of a ship. It's rocking. I continue my journey along the coast towards Cefalù, one of the jewels of Sicily. The centuries have deposited little wonders, where the table is a celebration and fishing is an art. A little break in the Sicilian journey wouldn't hurt. I'm in Cefalù. It's one of the most beautiful cities of Sicily. A Greek city. Its name comes from the head, the rock. Above this beautiful church built by the Normans in the 12th century and is said to be one of the most beautiful in Sicily. I feel like I'm discovering a different lifestyle in Sicily. Here, they take the time to live, to speak in Sicilian. And to celebrate faith, too. Ah, the sea. When you're in Sicily with the world from the train, you're never far from the sea. There's the Pescara door, which is the fortified door of the medieval city, which could open up to the sea. And look, it's beautiful. It's solid. Oh boy, it bites. Hi, how's the fishing going there? How's the biting?
It's okay, it's okay. It bites.
What do you catch here in Cefalù?
Sea breams, grindstones,
And you come fishing every day?
every afternoon,
Even in winter?
even in winter.
But there are waves. In the winter, there are many waves.
Yes, there are.
It's dangerous, isn't it?
Yes, but we come anyway.
So the fish are smart here. They eat the bait.
No, they're waiting. Until 5:30. Every night I catch them.
Are you serious? 5:30 p.m.? Every day?
Every day.
And the fish come on time?
That's not the point. They're waiting that the sun goes down, and then we can fish well into the night.
Oh yeah, that is, they don't really see. Ah! It's jumping. Ah, well done. What's that?
It's called Mangina racina. Sapa.
What do you do then with the fish? You eat it every day?
Not every day. Sometimes we give it to friends.
So you fish for other people too then?
Yes.
Ah, well, I brought you luck then.
Yeah,
For me,
that's
it's a zero catch. I'm very bad. This fishing port is a little gem on the north face of Sicily. It feels good to get off the train and discover these little villages and fishing ports. On the way to Palermo, the capital of the island, there's a lot of hustle and bustle, especially in the morning, because there's workers, employees, and also school children. You can hear people speaking Sicilian. It's lively, it's relaxed, it's friendly. Is it nice to take the train to school here in Sicily?
I always take the bus. I don't take trains.
But not today.
But today we're going out.
To Palermo, yes, from school. We're from Bulgaria. We're students at the art college. In our high school, there are several subjects, and we specialise in ceramics and ceramic design.
Ah, ceramics.
Yes, a little further on. There are the other classes, but they've chosen other subjects. Fashion, architecture, goldsmithing, graphic design.
But what is it really like studying arts and architecture? Is it difficult, or are you sure that you'll find a job in Sicily?
The ministry recently decided to make us do a school and work study rotation. And us young people, we have to engage in activities in order to get job opportunities. We continue to have this passion. We enjoy the moments we live. We enjoy this experience that is, in any case, forming us. It's going to be helpful and we like it. So even if we don't succeed, this experience will continue to benefit us in the future.
Ciao, ciao. Arrivederci.
Palermo, the mythical capital of Sicily. People are very friendly, as you saw on the train, and I'm meeting someone a few blocks from here. Palermo, a chameleon city that was in turn Phoenician, Greek, Arabic, Norman, Spanish, Baroque. But here, the invaders have embellished rather than destroyed. The genius of art has been there for a long time. Shaken by history and with a bad reputation, the city is now seeking to restore its image. Hi, where's Machida Street?
Straight ahead. It's the main street where the Massimo Theatre is located.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Hello, welcome.
What is it? Is it made with rice?
Arancini. She's the queen of street food in Palermo.
Is it good?
Yes,
Can
very
I
good.
taste it?
Absolutely, please.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi. Porcini and mushrooms.
That's fantastic.
Vegetable ravioli.
Yes, vegetable ravioli. Black pork of Nebrodi, squash.
And you do the creation, so what does it mean? You add something to the meat and rice?
The rice and the arancini deserve these new flavors. Yeah, the idea was to break new ground in tradition. In my opinion, whoever created this tradition was at that time a groundbreaker. Then why not follow the idea of having, like an old Arabian kitchen, arancini with lots of flavors? Why not?
How do you make the arancini? Is it difficult?
It's not that easy, but it's a beautiful sight. Want to see?
Yes.
Let's go.
So this is where you create the different variants of the arancini, the famous traditional recipe of Palermo.
Yes, exactly.
Do you know how to make them?
I don't. Here we have the chef and the cooks, who are very good at it. You want to give it a try?
Yes. Oh, that's hot. Make a small hole with 2 fingers. Oh, all 3 fingers. Smells good, huh?
Deeper.
Yours is better. This one's heavier.
Bigger.
Let's taste it. It's delicious. The saffron and all that. The flowers of Palermo looked like swans, and the religious palaces pushed their laces towards the sky. A cathedral that was first a basilica, and then a mosque, before it became a church again. Palermo is a collection of small architectural treasures. There's also 10 centuries of history in the square, between the old cathedral and then these old Baroque palaces. A nice place to stop. Hello, Will.
Hi, how are you?
Well, it's fine. I'm delighted to be in your city, Palermo, so you're a history lover. It must be wonderful to live here.
Yes, it's really a beautiful city, incredible city, which is full of surprises. Every time you go around the corner, you discover something.
And this square, the Pretoria Square, it has a special history, no?
Yes, it's the place of shame for the Fountain of Shame. Because they're all naked, so La Fontana della Vergogna.
Okay, and everything's made in marble.
Ah, it's all marble, yes.
But I see that some statues have been a little damaged. Is it vandalism or history?
Well, let's just say 500 years of history isn't easy to endure. There are some legends around some of these questions. For example, the sisters who are right behind us. People would have come down with hammers and scalpels to make some cuts.
Ah, some chaste cuts.
Some chaste cuts.
Just a stone's throw away from the Square of Shame at the foot of the town hall, a real psychodrama is being played out, just as the Sicilians like it so much. A form of protest, very direct and theatrical. Women of character, Sicilian women have their island in their blood and they know how to make themselves heard.
It's a shame, a shame.
How long do you think you'll be here then?
Yeah, we've been here a long time. There's no school because the services are lacking. There's not enough service here. So we come here to ask for the mayor's intervention.
Palermo laughing, Palermo yelling, and Palermo hoping. I'm going to meet the mayor the next day in the botanical garden built by a French architect in 1789, famous for its incredible ficus trees. The mayor of the city, Leoluco Orlando, wants to transform the image of Palermo. Very much in demand, this overworked lawmaker won't talk to me about school, but he'll take the time to talk about his dreams. How did you get interested in the culture in Palermo? Have you always thought that it is the very essence of the city, which is a historic city in the Mediterranean?
I think that if someone wants to see Palermo, he shouldn't have human eyes. He needs the eyes of an insect. When insects see, they view countless moving parts. Palermo is a kaleidoscope of parts of different shapes and sizes, of different colors, always on the move. And us, we have to realize that it's not a problem, it's a resource. We were the capital of illegality. We have become the capital of legality. We want to be the capital of rights.
Guardo il mare senza te, questo mondo gira senza te, le parole sono vuote, se mi manca.
In Fikuzza in the hinterland, the old railway station has been converted into a hotel and fights its own way against the mafia, which was born at the end of the 19th century. A young lawyer, Dino, also fights mafia racketeering and even on this railroad track, because Casa Nostra is still very present on the island. You're a lawyer. How long have you been with this association called Aeolian Islands, and what does it consist of?
Aeolian is an association that was born in Palermo in 2004. 80% of shopkeepers pay a bribe, the piso, to Casa Nostra. This year, a group of young people from Palermo decided to open a pub in Palermo. Among the expense items were also bribes to be paid. So they decided to put up stickers that said, "People who pay for pizzo are people without dignity." It is with this insult to the Palermitans and all Sicilians that the Aeolian Association was born.
Which means that tonight, for example, we're eating without the pizzo in this restaurant and hotel, which is an old train station.
Yes. That way, we finance a clean economy circuit and not companies that, on the contrary, accept the ways of the Cosa Nostra. For many years and for generations in the past, it was felt that the state needed to come up with solutions. On the contrary, today it is the citizens, the people who live here, who've had to find solutions to the problems they encounter.
Well, you, Dino, and your friends have never been afraid. Ever?
No, I've never been afraid, simply because Aeropizzo is an idea. It's not a person.
Thank you, Dino. That's brave of you. What is also pleasing is not only being able to meet you, Dino, but to eat a dish that's finally anti-pizzo. What we're eating right now, it's guaranteed. No tithes, no mob tax. Thank you.
Thanks to you.
It's raining all over Sicily. The island is still wonderful. The problem is that the trains are stopped and some lines are even destroyed by the floods. I take the opportunity to get in the car and drive through the mountains. In Sicily, every town likes to reveal its treasures. In Agrigento, they've kept up a tradition of village life and like to shake up the historical record. Around every corner there's providence, and sometimes the deities are ancient. Down below, a Greek city emerges from time and oblivion. The Valley of the Temples reminds you by its mineral eternity that it is in Sicily that the gods were defeated by Jupiter. Sicily also has Greek temples, and it's very moving. Where are we, Giovanna? It's the Valley of the Temples, and there's a temple here that's already beautiful.
This is called the Temple of Juno. It's Greek. And actually, they were richer than in Athens. They had more temples. It was like the America of the ancient times.
You're a specialist in the archaeology of Agrigento. Do you think we can still do some excavations and that we can still find some sites here?
Oh yeah, sure. This is one of the archaeological paradises. Actually, we have to search everything. It's like the tip of an iceberg. What we need is to start looking underneath.
You just have to dig them.
Yes, we just have to clean away the dust of the centuries, because our archaeologists do not need to go too deep to find something.
So there's an extraordinary atmosphere in this Valley of the Temples. It feels like it's the time of the romantic traveler, the time of Geth. It seems as though times haven't changed.
Locals have realized how important it is. When you're on a site like this, temples are temples. We see them from our balconies. That land belonged to our grandparents, but you can't build on it. So in the past, people didn't respect this. But now they realize that it's important to protect it for mankind.
All right, so we actually saved the Valley of the Temples.
Yes, we hope so. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Bye.
The Scala dei Turci, the Turkish staircase, so called because the Turkish and Arab conquerors used to land here. Take a look at this, a limestone concretion. It's quite frail, it's dangerous, but most of all, there's a breathtaking view. A giant staircase that makes you feel dizzy and want to climb mountains on this island blessed by the gods, all the way to the peak of the legend of Mount Etna. My journey takes me to the foot of the volcano, which doesn't like sleeping. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
It's not bad taking the train here every day to go to study. The landscape is beautiful.
Yes. We'll probably have to leave because Sicily certainly offers everything. But unfortunately, there are no technological and professional opportunities.
Where? In Rome?
Yes, in Rome, in the RAI studios.
Farewell to Sicily and Catania.
No, I'll be back. I'll be back soon, certainly.
Why? Life is nice here.
Yes, this is my land. I grew up here. I was born here.
La Dolce Vita of Sicily, is it more beautiful here?
I think that here, compared to the north perhaps, and in general with other places, we live a lot around our family. We're also very nice, if I may say so.
Well, you are nice to hear.
Yes, we're a little more sociable. We're not cold. We socialise more easily. When we are at the station, we often meet new people, even make new friends. Goodbye.
Here I am in Catania. It is magic. The city with palazzi, old palaces, Baroque churches, and above all, dominated by Mount Etna, a breathtaking view. They say that when Mount Etna starts to sneeze, the city begins to shake. The biggest fish market in Sicily is this one, in Catania. Of course, we're here to buy the beautiful fish of the Mediterranean, but especially to haggle and exchange. Con le mani, with the hands.
Here, fish, fish. It's worth it. 2 for 5. 2 for €5. Come on, come on. Here we cut. We cut. Wait, look.
This is a discussion. So look here. It's a grabbing contest. There's a lot of poking and prodding, but above all, it's very nice. How is the fishing today?
Good, good. Red mullets, gurnards, Uranoscopes, St. Pierre's prawns, crayfish.
At what time do you have to wake up to go fishing?
4 o'clock.
Is that octopus? An octopus from Sicily?
Yes.
You caught it today?
Yes, it's fresh. It's an original.
How do we cook it? Grilled with vegetables? Oh, thank you very much.
How to cook it? Well, you have to fill a pan with water. You boil the water. And you put it in the pan for about half an hour. Then you take the fork. If it enters the flesh easily, it's good.
And that's it?
That's it.
Wonderful.
Goodbye.
Bye. For the Sicilians, Etna remains a mystery, which gets into great anger with malicious regularity. Up there, Vulcan and his Cyclops had their forges and their craters. Good morning. How many kilometers? 60?
60.
Thank you. This is the train to go to Etna. I'm gonna meet with Boris. To see the capricious volcano up close, I take the circular train, which is not for the faint-hearted, whose tracks are laid down on the lava rising from the depths. A 4-hour train journey on the bowels of the earth. Boris? Hi, how are you?
Ça va bien?
Welcome to the party.
Thank you. The train moves a lot. It rocks. Boris, it's nice to meet you.
Yes, you too.
So, this is a bit like your domain. We're coming to Mount Etna. You're a volcano specialist?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah, you're a volcanologist.
Yes, volcanologist.
What is fantastic is to take this little train, which is also the train of the employees of the school children, which goes all the way around.
Almost all the way around.
Almost all the way around, yes.
And in the morning, indeed, there are a lot of people, young people, who come from the villages, people who work in Catania. What is really pretty is that we see the Etna on every side. Every time we make a turn, it's different. The silhouette of the mountain changes a lot. This volcano is extremely asymmetrical.
Okay, and what is Etna's characteristic? Is it a regular volcano? What do we call it?
Yes, it's one of the most active volcanoes in the world. It's almost always active.
When did the last great explosion happen?
So there are explosions and eruptions. Explosions are a type of eruption. There are also eruptions that make lava flows, but very few explosions. The last significant eruption with lava flows and some explosive activity was in February, March, and April 2017.
All right.
But it looks like Etna is preparing something bigger. And it probably won't be at the top.
Because it's a mountain that moves, it's an evolving volcano. Well, obviously in the eruption.
Extremely
But what about
fast.
these secondary explosions on the flanks?
There may be eruptions on the flanks. These are the ones that can be more dangerous. If you look at this village here, for example, it's really in a trap. So it's located in a valley, and sometimes lava flows come in, and people, especially young people who've never been through this, they're under the illusion it's never going to happen.
All right, okay. So now we're moving on to the sides of the volcano, and we're on torrents of lava, which are now petrified, but Boris and I are safe. You live on the slopes of Mount Etna?
Yep.
Well, aren't you afraid?
No, not of Etna. I may be afraid of many other things, but not Etna.
Okay. Look how beautiful it is. An old train station in Taormina, like I've rarely seen. A small museum, built in the 19th century for the tourists who came to take a grand tour of Italy. And some filmmakers came here to shoot some scenes. It's beautiful. Taormina has all kinds of things, secret passages, funny stairs. Besides, this one will be the narrowest in Italy, and in this respect, it is included in the Italian version of Monopoly. Drowning in greenery, Taormina has been a holiday village since ancient times. People come here for its coasts, its cliffs, its fantasies, and its unique light. Here they say it pierces you to the very core of your soul.
Hi, Alessandro.
Welcome, Olivier. Let me show you the beautiful sights of Taormina.
So, Alessandro, here is one of the jewels of the Taormina side. It's Isola Bella, right?
It's a very special island, one of the jewels of Taormina. Originally, it was the property of the king of the two Sicilies. In 1806, he offered the island to the mayor of Taormina.
Shall we?
Yes.
There's a lot of water. Do we have to take our shoes off?
Yes, that's right. We have to take them off.
Come on, let's go. What a beautiful view. It's beautiful, it's wild. This is the mainland?
Yes. Yes, what you see in the background is Calabria. And it's the beginning of the European continent and Italy.
Since Geth, traveling riders have been captivated by the beauty of Taormina and the purity of the Mediterranean air. It was called the Grand Tour, and the myth continues. The view is impressive, so this is where the Grand Tour ended for riders and travelers like Geth.
Yes, it was one of the obligatory stages of this itinerant free university that was the Grand Tour. Here it was the noble terrace of Taormina, the ancient piano de Sant'Agostino Square. Here the great artists used to settle and draw inspiration from here. On the right, we see Mount Etna, and on the other side, the sea view overlooking the ancient theatre of Taormina.
Thank you, Alessandro. Mythics here are alive and well, and the Greek temples are reminiscent of sun worship. An eternal cult, even and especially seen from the train. Well then, let's go to Syracuse, the last stage of my trip, at the end of Sicily. So you travel by train every day?
I travel all over Italy by train.
And so what's your job? What are you doing here in Sicily?
I'm a sales consultant, and I work for several companies all over Italy.
And it's magical to travel here by this train, between the mountain, Mount Etna, and the sea.
That's right. On one side there is a volcano, on the other side there's a sea. In fact, it may happen in February or March that we can go skiing, and the next morning we go swimming in the sea. The water's not hot, but...
Do you do it? Are you going swimming?
No, I don't. I'm not that brave.
Passengers can find the train Regionale 26661.
I've been traveling for 10 days, and every time they tell me about the beauties of the island, about the Dolce Vita Siciliana, is that real?
Yes, absolutely. Sicily in general has a very open character and is used to facing these small difficulties as well, thanks to the climate of the country, which is almost always good, thanks to all that nature has given us. And the people are pretty friendly, whatever you can say about the southerners. There's the mafia also. It certainly exists.
Do you think that the importance of the mafia here in Sicily is exaggerated?
Well, the Sicilians hate the mafia, they fight the mafia, and they collaborate with the institutions. Anyone who doesn't cooperate is a moron.
I'm going to Syracuse. There's a famous freediver who lived there, Enzo Maiorca.
Yes, Enzo Maiorca is one of Sicily's best-known characters.
Thank you, Santo. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. I'll see you next time.
Hello, Syracuse, the famous mythical city I've been wanting to visit for a long time. Syracuse is a sleepy city that has known many conquerors. Angels and horsemen watch over the fountains. And since the Phoenicians, the city with its Mediterranean charm has been lulled by the gentleness of the centuries in complete tranquility. A world city where East and West met. A legend of apnea awaits me on the opposite peninsula. Since the disappearance of her father, Enzo, world champion freediver, Patricia Maiorca has taken over. Siren of Syracuse, she now defends the protection of the coastline, a lifelong commitment. Hello, Patricia.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. Nice to meet you. I'll show you my ocean.
And so here, Patricia, this is where you learned to dive with your father, Enzo Maiorca, who was a legend in scuba diving.
Me, Rosanna, my sister, and Dad, we always bathed in the sea. This is the sea of my childhood, equipped only with a mask. Rosanna and I used to play shell collecting at the bottom of the water and skeletons of sea urchins. That's how we started our career as deep freedivers in the sea. For me, this is one of the most beautiful seas in the world.
Was it by diving, free diving with your father, that you became aware of the need to protect the sea?
The land and the sea form a whole. We can't think about protecting the sea without defending the land. What we see is the last portion of the Syracuse coast that has remained intact, without construction, without concrete. It's therefore absolutely necessary to protect also the earth.
Today, you're the president of this natural park of Promilio. Does that mean there's still a lot of work to be done to protect the coast here in Sicily?
For us freedivers, the sea, you know that when we enter the sea enters us too. So it's perhaps easier to be aware of the importance of protecting the sea. Even today, the sea must absolutely be defended and protected. If we humans lose the sea, if we lose the voice of the sea, then we will be nothing.
Today, when you look at the sea, which is a little damaged in Sicily and also everywhere in the Mediterranean, what do you think? Are you sad? Are you a bearer of hope?
I'm an optimist. I always have hope. And I think nature is strong. We just need to stop for a moment. That we slow down for a moment, and nature will recover. Nature wins when she has the chance.
Sometimes hope, nature may be perhaps stronger than destruction. Thank you, Patricia.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
See you soon. It's the end of the road. This is as far as I can go. As you have seen, one can only fall in love with this island, Sicily, which the inhabitants try to preserve with love because it really is a jewel of the Mediterranean. A trip to the Czech Republic is a journey out of time. My next train is in 4 hours, and I'm going to Prague Castle. Prague, a theatrical city where the sets are not always like movie sets. The Czechs like to recall their Iron Curtain with irony. We play for freedom here, with fresh air since the revolution of 1989. Now, it's time for the bubbles of hope, the magic of the new gins, and for the charms of its streets. Hello, welcome to the world seen from the train. I'm in Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, a small country with a lot of charm. My train journey will take me to the heart of Europe, as close to nature as the Czechs like, some nice surprises and also some little gems. But before I go, I'll take you on a little tour of Prague, a lesser-known city which is also the magical capital of Europe, as the poet André Breton said. So, come on, let's go. The town of Kafka is mesmerizing with its hands pointing up to the sky, its castle high up on the hill, and its baroque facades that are far from fake. We come here for nostalgia, the old empires on first-name terms, or to be admired like the princesses of yesterday. Yes, it's a truly bewitching city. I have an appointment with the curator of Prague Castle, in charge of renovating this jewel of Europe. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. Let's visit Prague Castle, because the weather's nice today. Let's go.
This way. So these are the palace, the cathedral, and the great castle, right?
The big castle here.
Yes, from here we can see the whole Prague Castle complex and the palace, which dates back to the Middle Ages, was only rebuilt in the 18th century, during the reign of Maria Theresa.
This castle has seen many kings and queens, as well as also presidents of the Republic. I guess the Czechs must be very proud.
People to be proud, no?
Yes, Prague Castle is a symbol for our country, for the Czech state, and also for the history of architecture. Like you said, the cathedral has been home to many kings and sovereigns. This was where the coronations were held.
Right. And so this castle and all the
This castle and its outbuildings have been renovated for years and years.
But it's like to have the
But it also feels like time has stood still in another century, doesn't it?
Century, no?
All centuries have had their periods of reconstruction. Nobody wanted an old castle, so everything was renovated in a more modern style. You can see all these different styles of architecture which represent 10 centuries of art. Even today, we're still renovating, and that's why we can see so much scaffolding. Today it's the seat of the President of the Republic, but actually everyone remembers the former resident, now President, Václav Havel.
I'm sure your job must be exciting, to be the curator responsible for the collections and the renovation of the castle. You like it, but do you want to carry on?
Yes, actually, it's the continuity that's important. I studied art history, and soon after I became curator of the collections at Prague Castle.
Kafka Castle loves metamorphosis. It has seen the centuries of the kings of Bohemia passing by, power and glory. A castle with well-guarded treasures, it stands the test of time, and its succession is assured. But it's time to get back on track, to the modern city, an epic poem of architecture, as Rilke wrote. Here I am at Prague's central station, a little jewel of Art Nouveau, built at the time of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Pragan people are very proud of it. As you can see, there's the sign over there saying Praga Mater Urbium, which means Prague, mother of all cities. This journey will take me from Prague to the Austrian border, through Bohemia and Moravia, their castles and forests. An 800-kilometer rail journey that will take me to the land of legend.
Bon, bah, c'est complet, hein?
Well, it's full.
Pas de place, hein?
There's no room.
Bon, bah, donc, le train tchèque
Looks
a
like
beaucoup
the
de
Czech
succès,
train
beaucoup
is
de
very
monde,
popular.
des jeunes,
There are
des
many
travailleurs qui
people,
rentrent chez eux, des
youngsters,
employés,
commuters,
pas de place, bah,
no
tant pis.
room. It's
On va
too bad.
inventer les couloirs.
So we're going to haunt the corridors.
Ah, bah, voilà. Voilà, c'est
Here's
le
the
train,
end of the
je suis
train. I'm a little surprised because I found the door open, which is unusual for Czechs who don't joke about safety. Maybe this is for the stowaways.
Dobry den.
Morning. Can I have some tea?
Which one?
Black tea. Chai charni means black tea. That's the only thing I know in Czech.
Okay.
So we are in Europe, but not in the Eurozone because the Czechs don't want the euro. So we still use the Czech crown.
You are traveling every day in this train?
For me, it's just a summer job, so I do it only in summer or few days a week, just
Okay.
3 or 4.
Okay, because you are a student?
Oh yeah.
Where, in Prague?
Oh yeah, I study in Prague. I study math.
Oh, yeah, okay. And after you will work in as teacher or
Oh no,
research?
I probably will do something in bank system. I study probability, so I want to concentrate on this topic.
Wow, must be very good, very efficient in probabilities and statistics, no?
It's beautiful.
Yes?
You should try it. It's really.
What about math teaching in Czech Republic? Is good?
It depends. Sometimes there are not really good teachers, so children think that they are not good at math, as you said, but usually it's just about teacher, I think.
Yeah.
Because most children are very good.
Sure. Nice, very good. Nice to meet you. See you, Noemi. Bye-bye.
The ways of Bohemia are rich in mystery. In Jeroma Bahoslav, a railway enthusiast is waiting to take me to his secret garden, a museum of old locomotives. Some of them date back to the communist regime, and some, even older ones, to the First Republic, founded in 1918. Wow, pretty.
Above all, unique. A unique model.
Hello. Dobry den.
Morning.
Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Looks solid.
Yes, it is. It's solid.
You are the driver?
Are you the driver?
No, I'm the mechanic.
Oh, I see. Can I help you?
Yes, come here.
Oh, sûr.
Well, it's called getting your hands on diesel, not dough.
Oh, you need many liters, huh? 10. No more. It's a hobby for you or it's an activity?
This is my hobby.
Nice.
And work and train.
Ah, okay. So, huh? Not enough.
Not enough.
Allez, okay. I'll do it. Paul?
A little more.
Little.
I don't see much.
Stop.
You know how to repair because this is a very old motor, very old engine, you know.
I learned all about old engines when I was at fireman college. That's the Tatra engine. I know it well because the firemen had the same. The rest I learned here at the museum from my colleagues.
And so you love this job, this activity as a volunteer. Why? Why it's a passion?
I've known this museum since I was a child. I've loved coming to see the locomotives. There was a steam one. I could see the people who took care of them, fixed them. Some even waxed them. 2 uncles of mine also work on the railroads. I've been coming here since I was a kid, and I'm still here. I just love it.
What is the speed?
It's 25 miles an hour.
I will not be afraid. Huh?
Not at all.
Hello. You are the driver?
This is driver.
Yes, that's it.
I am Olivier.
I'm Olivier. Nice to meet you.
Good driver?
This is the speed?
Yes, it's the gas.
So here we are on a small rotating platform trying to find the right tracks. Always important to find the right tracks for the railway. Be careful because you never know if there are people on the tracks or animals. Here's the high-pitched whistle. And then we're gonna get a little bass. Tenor.
Can I help you?
Can I help you? Okay, I'm coming. Do you have gloves?
Gloves, no.
Thank you. Better with gloves on. Because you never know. We have to put the wagon back. It weighs tons. It's getting harder. It's getting real hard now. A tough one. You can feel it's heavy. Please help. Yes, Martin's strong. He's used to it. You can feel that. Okay, good. There's levers everywhere. They're poking my legs, but it's okay. It's a bit like Le Bête Humaine, but a more modern version. Anyway, there's a lot of people on the tracks over there because it's a day off, a holiday in the Czech Republic. It's St. Mary's Day. There are a lot of people. Apparently the Czechs come with their children because they love trains. Good morning. Good morning, I'm Olivier. Do you like the train?
Since I was a child, I've always traveled by train. I still remember the old locomotives. The network is dense in the Czech Republic, so we can travel by train anywhere.
Finished?
Over.
You want to go back home, huh? A nice train, a good driver, and a good mechanic. Thank you, Milan. See you. Traveling by train in the Czech Republic, a country of 10 million souls, also means having the craziest dreams. The mechanic Martin recommended me to go and see an amazing castle. The work of an old count, František Spork, who in the 18th century wanted to heal the poor in his palace. A wealthy patron of the arts who had compassion for other people and a passion for the arts.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Dita.
Ah, you're Dita, okay. I'm Olivier, nice to meet you. This is the castle and hospital here, the famous one of Cooks?
It's not a castle, it's a hospital, but it's one of the most famous Baroque monuments in Czech Republic, so I think it's quite interesting to see it.
For what? For which purpose there was such a huge hospital here?
Yes, because you need a part where those old people lived, and you need a part where was a monastery for monks who took care about those people, so it had to be that quite large.
And why so many statues? What does it represent?
The hospital was decorated by statues by Matthias Bernhard Braun. There are statues that present virtues and vices. We have 12 statues of virtues and 12 statues of vices.
So what is this, Dita?
This one is called Hope.
Hope, I guess.
The anchor is typical symbol of hope.
And this one?
This one is love, depicted as motherly love. Young mother with 2 little children. And those plants were here originally in Baroque era because Brothers Hospitals used them to produce medicine. It served as...
So you can be treated by the plants?
Yes.
For your passions.
Mm-hmm. They're originally herbs.
Very good.
From the top of these stone allegories, 3 centuries of compassion look down on us, and their secret door.
Wow. Beautiful.
Well, there you go.
We're
We're having a little battle between the statues of virtue and the statues that represent vice. About 20 on each side, and it's impressive to see that in this old hospital, which was a charity, and also for the poor at the time.
Wow, wonderful. What is this? An old pharmacy?
Yeah, the old pharmacy, Baroque pharmacy. In fact, it's the second oldest pharmacy in Middle Europe, after the one in Klatovy, which is also in Czech Republic.
And you have different drugs inside, different receipts?
Some of them are quite extravagant. For example, human skull, or, for example, maybe hangman's bones. Or...
Right. Still working? No.
No.
If I'm ill, you can't treat me with this kind of medicine.
I wouldn't recommend it, no.
It's amazing to see so many medicines.
Yes.
You don't know all of them?
No, I don't know all of them, but there
How many receipts? Hundreds, no?
Yes, of course, hundreds, maybe thousands.
Do you believe in it, in traditional?
I believe, yes, it can be working, but you have to believe as a patient to it. If you don't believe to your medication, whether it's traditional or non-traditional, it's useless.
Yeah, you have to help
believe.
yourself before the sky will help you.
Yes,
Okay.
I believe
How
so.
many years to be still to be a doctor? You finish when?
I have to study 3 more years.
3 more years, okay. And after you come back here?
Maybe, we will see.
I'm heading south, as Dido recommends. All railways lead to Bohemia and Moravia. Even if the network is dense with its 10,000 kilometers, the traveler is never lost. The Czechs always enlighten you. They even seem to have a compass in their pocket.
The second on the right.
Going to Kosen?
I continue on my way to more remote villages, through the Bohemian forests and kingdoms of old.
You speak English, no? I want to be to Vysoké Mito.
Vysoké Mito.
Vysoké Mito. Yes?
Yes.
Right, okay. And up, okay. This side, huh?
There.
Okay,
Yes.
not this train.
No.
Thank you.
On the docks, a farewell waltz is playing. But then I confess the railway maze, even if it's not expensive per kilometer, becomes complicated. And you have to play the leprechaun to jump from train to train. It's not working.
Yes, it's working.
I hope it's going to work.
Ah, oui. Okay, découvre, hein? Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Good evening.
Morning.
Can I sit here? Okay. How are you? Fine. Okay. Just married?
Yes.
Happy, so you are very happy.
Always.
How is Czech Republic to live here? It's good?
I think so.
Yes.
No problem, no danger, I think.
No danger. Okay. What are you doing? So, what is your job?
Now I'm a librarian, but I have studied history.
History. You too? What are you doing?
I work at tax office.
Tax office. To collect the money. Very important. And you're traveling for holidays or just for the weekend?
For the weekend.
From Prague?
We are living in the Gradec Králové.
Ah, okay. Not far.
Not far. We are going to visit a castle in Litomyšl.
Ah, okay. The famous castle. Castle and church also. I'm going to see the church also.
Morning.
This is Little Missile, huh?
Yes, that's Lito Missile with the castle.
Little Missile, castle. Rad, starije.
It's an old machine.
Nie nowy.
Yes, very old.
So here at the end of the line is Litomyšl, which is an old historical town. And we can go no further. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Czech castles also hide some amazing secrets. With its Renaissance decor, the small town of Litomyšl looks like a miniature and quieter Prague. In the bowels of the Republic, liberated since the fall of the Berlin Wall, ancestors sometimes have funny faces. Here I am in the cellars of Litomyšl Castle. It's a magical place where there's a lot of modern things. And now I'm in a heart of wax. It took 5,000 kilograms of wax to produce this, the heart of Czech national hero, Václav Havel. They wanted to show that the hearts of men and the heart of Václav Havel were obviously very vulnerable things. A heart that makes copycats. Where we thank the former dissident and where we wish for love. In the Church of Litomyšl, which was converted into a garage during the communist era, we found a taste of union and of ceremony. Its architect and renovator, Marek, invites me into its towers.
Wow, wonderful. This is a very historical town here. Can you show me which of this building here?
Yeah, we can see chateau here. It's really from Renaissance time. And in this place, between these two buildings, also was cathedral. But it was destroyed in 14th century. And Litomyšl is also a very old city, and it's growing up very much in 19th century and now, because city government is very clever and they like life and architecture. I think it's one of the best cities in the Czech where you can live. Yeah.
All right. Can we see the church?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a mammoth task. It took 7 years for Marek to renovate the church.
Wow, wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. So I'm sure it was a big challenge for you as an architect to renovate all the building. What was the aim for you, the challenge?
Yeah, I like the churches at all, and especially this church because it designed Ali Prandi in Baroque time, and the church was in bad condition. Yeah. 1968, it was closed by communists, and for example, parking cars or 20 centimeters of guarano on some part. It was like a feeling of destruction.
Yeah. It's a fantastic place for you, actually, to imagine. You wanted to combine actually the traditions, the historical, let's say, architecture and the modern one here?
I like the touching history by modern parts, yeah. That you can see, for example, this little bridge here. It's like quintessence of our work here, yeah. Or this part where are some numbers from history of this church, yeah. And now it's not only sacral function here, it's also for exhibition of sacral art or for modern art. for tourists also. It's like touching this another type of life here. Yeah.
An air of swing to restore luster to castle life. Even if it's underground, it doesn't hurt. It is true that the Czechs, long deprived of their liberty, are regaining their liberated years. It's time to go and leave the music behind us, because I'm due for a treat for the taste buds. Hello, Remy.
Olivier, hello.
Nice to meet
Welcome,
you.
you too. Welcome to Le Bistrot de Papa in Czech Republic.
So this is the Czech-French restaurant.
A little, and I hope we'll have a good time together.
Great, I'm with you.
Great.
Wow, it's very pretty here.
This is my little paradise on earth right here. Honestly, there's nothing more beautiful and nothing nicer for me. I really am in
So you
heaven.
came here and fell in love,
Oh,
right?
yes. A real crush.
Impressive. I think it must be pretty inspiring for your recipes, yeah?
Definitely. You just have to take a look in the morning and think how lucky we really are. And around here, that's all it really takes to
Well,
enjoy.
it's almost time to enjoy some food right now, so let's check out your kitchen.
Come on, let's go then.
Married to a Czech woman, Remy is a passionate chef who loves innovation, but also the marriage of flavors between the two sides of Europe. For the past few years, his inn, which is very popular, is fully booked 3 months in advance. So this is your den right here.
So that's my cube. That's my little kitchen.
It smells good to me. Are you preparing the ingredients?
So we have today, since it's autumn, it's mushroom season.
Yes, I can tell.
And here we have a tradition. They make needle bread.
Or needle dumplings, like dumplings.
Yes, it's kind of like a quenelle. So for fun, I added pheasant and poultry with small potatoes. And we're going to make a little cream sauce because I like the little creamy things.
Pheasant, poultry, potatoes, and mushrooms. It makes your mouth water. Can I taste it?
Help yourself. We're going to make the little sauce. So we add the cream.
Put it here.
Pour the cream into it.
A little cream on the Czech mushrooms.
There you go.
And it's a great recipe. Smells good, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's going to smell good, and it tastes good too.
This is the sauce for nedliki, the famous Czech recipe, but it is your recipe?
It's a recipe of mine. It has some semblance of Czech nedliki, but with French cuisine.
With a personal touch.
Exactly just like me.
It's the traditional recipe. Let's call it Remy's nedliki. Anyway, it smells good. I hope you let me taste it.
No way.
So we add a little cheese.
Cheese on top for gratinating.
And you're putting this in the oven. And I close the door. Recipes for food that we feast on. Decidedly in Bohemia, they love tradition, including that of the master glassmakers. At the end of the village, I'm going to go and visit one of Remy's friends. Jan Rebel is an entrepreneur who took over this glassblower workshop, which is 2 centuries old. Here, the art of glass has remained intact, despite a long sleep. A tradition that certainly does not lack breath.
So this is a factory. This is a big challenge because before it was a state company. Was it a big challenge for you to rebuild it?
It was difficult because in the communist time the technology was totally different, and we produce here in Einstein just small pieces. Yes. The new technology permits us to make and to produce bigger pieces for different international brands.
And I'm sure you are exporting a lot, but at the same time you have to maintain actually the qualities of the products here. How can you do it? Because this is like to be an artist.
Yes, this is very artist production because it's handmade blow, and you must to combine the artistic with the more massive production, because the lighting glass, which we are specialists, is more mass production, but still artisanal and still handmade blowing. No?
Yeah.
So it's very difficult to combine these. No? Every production is customized. No?
Yeah, sure. And I'm sure it's a very hard job actually to blow the glass. Huh? Very hard.
Yes, it's very hard. It's a very physical, a very hard work, no? And today is a problem to find the people who want to work in this way.
What do you need as qualities? Do you need physical abilities or not?
No, it's not big. No, they must to be not big or strong. No, they must use the mind, the brain. No, depend always of each second of each step, next step. No, so they must to know.
All right, I'll try. Well, there's 200 years of tradition in this factory, of master glassmakers, so here I am, just a modest apprentice. This way? You have to blow. Not too hard. More. It's my first day. Here you go. Not too bad, huh?
Congratulations.
More. Okay, perfect.
It's hot in here. I remove this.
Okay.
I take off the mold and that's it. Ah, better.
Here it is.
Finally, a real shape.
Congrats.
I'm a good student?
Yes.
You can't hire me?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good job, thank you.
So I'm at Star Station. It's raining. It's a bit sad. I'm hoping to go meet some nice people on board. Good morning. I'm Olivier. Nice to meet you.
Lucas, hi.
Morning.
You are going to Bruno too?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes. So what are you doing?
We are dancers.
Dancers? All right.
We are working as a collective with dance, theater, a little bit of new circus also.
Right.
It's like a mix.
So you are professional dancers, yeah?
Yes.
Modern, contemporary?
Contemporary.
Czech dance? No.
Czech French. Czech
International
French.
and French, yes, okay. When will you do it, the next event, let's say?
Now we are rehearsing a new project, but it's gonna have premiere in December.
In December I will not be here, but maybe I can see you dancing or training, or if it's okay for the passengers. Il s'est écarté là.
It's unbelievable because Lucas and Florent are showing me a preview on the train. The passengers don't move. It's as if it was normal. It's wonderful. It's all right. We're in the most creative and improvised place. Hats off to the Czechs. It's quite creative. It's called Walk on the Ceiling. Well done.
Fantastic. You are astonishing passengers, huh? Because
A theater spilling out onto the tracks and a ballet that makes you dizzy. Well, it's not for everyone.
Ça, ils sont incroyables. Voilà. Okay, I wanted to say goodbye. De quoi? Ça, c'est this is Florian or Lucas? Okay, bye bye Lucas. Ah, no, then we change. Bye bye Lucas. Good luck, huh? Good training.
I'm going to discover Brno in Moravia, an unknown province. A very cultural city where we fought against the windmills for a long time.
Hello, Camilla.
Hello.
I'm Olivier, nice to meet you.
I'm Camila, nice to meet you too.
How do you say Brno?
Brno.
Brno, okay.
Brno.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I follow you.
A city brimming with energy. Friends of the two dancers, Lucas and Florent, and organizer of festivals, Camilla knows all the secrets of Brno.
Wow, beautiful theater. What's happening here?
This is one of the most important Czech theaters, especially before the revolution. It was a very important place of resistance and of dissidents and people who were protesting against the regime. In front of the communist era.
The dissidents with Václav Havel.
Yeah, this is the center of experimental. Oh, this is the main guy here. Hello, Vladimir.
The director.
The director of today's play.
He's a friend of Václav Havel, no?
Yeah, he's a friend of Václav Havel.
Okay.
Václav Havel was coming here also because of Vladimir Moravec, and he was reading his plays here, and I just saw it.
If this is not the capital here, why Brno is so active in the cultural scene?
Close to Vienna, close to another capital, Bratislava, and I think it's always the role of the second city. You must be always better than the others.
Competition, no?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's visit the place.
Yeah.
Brno is a city where people like to chat and converse in bars and pubs. I have an appointment with Camilla's friends at the city theater bar.
So Martin is a writer. Huh? What about the cultural life in Brno? Is good for you as a writer, poet, to write here? The atmosphere is good?
Oh, I think the best thing for the writer is that there is no government, no regime that would actually forbid you to write what you want. That's only that I need. It's I don't need the bigger cars on the streets. I don't even need the different mail on the Raadhuis, city house, townhouse. I only need to be free to write what I want to write, to say what I want to say.
It's good here to write what you want to say.
It is definitely okay. It is still okay.
Still okay.
Yeah, the situation is changing. I do not think that it is improving actually in a political way, but it's still okay. I'm 54. I was 27 on the November '89 when the things changed, the Velvet Revolution. That means I can remember what we had before.
Not so old.
I'm not the one who forgot.
No, not sure. What will be the next book, so?
It's a big novel.
A big novel.
The name is Rome. Rome.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it will change.
Yeah. It's about Brno?
It's about the men from the Czech Republic.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
Morning. Is it to Olomouc?
Olomouc? Okay.
The next stop is Olomouc, straight ahead. Olomouc well deserves its nickname of the Pearl of Moravia. In this once religious student town, rich with 28 churches, the gods are gently mocked. And that is Czech humor. And on the astonishing astronomical clock, proletarians and peasants have replaced the traditional saints. But the clock is ticking, and a great composer is waiting for me. Hello, Thomas.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Here we are in the Jesuit College, where the artistic centre of the University of Palacky is located.
Okay, let's go this way then. And you're a specialist of Baroque music, right?
Not only me, but the whole city invites us to organise Baroque music festivals. And tonight, you'll be at one of those concerts. I founded 3 festivals here. Thanks to the scores that we can find, we organise a festival with compositions that mix old and original works. The archives in the Czech Republic are full of unknown operas and librettos, so our programme is still very rich. And every season, we present 6 world premieres.
Beautiful. That is the soul of Olomouc, Baroque harpsichord, inherited from the church and from this city, which is very ancient. Is it important to pass on your knowledge and teach music to younger people?
We're trying to carry on this tradition, even though we feel today that we don't really need the music. But music builds man much more than mathematics, for example. I've composed some operas using old music. It is known that the composers in question composed full operas, but only a few pages have been found. So I used their choral music and composed a new line. We've created new operas from the little that we found.
There you go, it's from the 18th century. It's very old. Thanks to Thomas, he found it in a monastery here, a Jesuit monastery in Olomouc. He saved the score from being forgotten. Oh, thank you, Thomas, for that special music lesson. You're a true enthusiast.
It was nice meeting you. Goodbye.
I leave Thomas to attend an event 2 floors below in the Jesuit chapel. A concert of Baroque music, of course. As you can see, once again, Czech people are music lovers. Czechs love music. They come to Baroque churches, like tonight, thanks to Thomas, introducing them to beautiful old music shows. It's wobbly.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello. Can I sit here?
Yes, of course.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay. Martin, okay. Olivier. You are traveling by train also?
Yes, I'm going to northern Moravia, to
Okay.
Staré Město, to do some filming, photography and stuff like that.
Are you a photographer? Huh?
Yes, yes.
Oh.
It is my passion and also living.
Okay. What are you doing exactly, Martin? Landscapes,
I do a lot
profiles?
of ecology, agriculture, a bit of landscape,
Yeah.
photography.
Why are you so involved in the organic field? So
I helped my father with the company, with the showing how he farms the things and where the farmers are getting the produce from, and that this thing is sustainable and it's really much better for the animal and for our health and for the health of nature. I will try to as much as possible, but I also help other farmers on other farms in Czech Republic to make them videos, photos and stuff like that that can help them promote themselves.
It works? Yes?
I hope so.
An ecological conscience that is well inspired given the beauty of the place that just wants to make its own path. Among nature's treasures is Lake Palava, which is highly prized by the Czechs for its landscapes and fish.
Hello, Aleš. Dobrý den.
Hello.
You have big fish.
Yes.
It's good to eat?
Yes, this silver.
Yes, there are catfish and bass.
So this is your farm lawn here?
Yes, this is the fish processing center of our fish farm. We process fish that we also raise elsewhere, and at the same time we repopulate the lake.
Many fishes in the lake, yeah?
Yeah, this lake's pretty fishy because it's shallow and sunny, and also because the food is natural. So fish reproduction is quite important.
So it's still a good job to be a fisherman in the Palava Lake?
Well, being a fisherman is the best job because it's a job of the heart. And if we do our job with love, then it's the best job we can have.
You love your job, huh?
I love my job very much.
Very good. Maybe you can see some fish. I can catch them with my hand, no? Because they're very close. Look.
Yes, something is possible, but if you are good, you can try.
Under these waters is a sunken village with almost nothing left.
So this is the church. Yes. There's no houses.
Yes, before making these lakes, there was a village. The name of the village was Mušov, and the church is the last building from this village.
So for you, Aleš, it's very important to protect the environment. You think you are doing well in Czech Republic now?
I believe protecting the environment is fundamental to the modern man, not only for ourselves, but we do it also for our descendants, our children. I think for today's man, nature must be part of yourself. The protection of the environment and being in the nature actually provides us with an inner calm and the strength to go further. And we realize that our activity gives us meaning. If you protect a place, then life comes back to it. It's something that warms the soul. We all need to feel that feeling and to give love to nature. Every train in Moravia has an encounter. At 31, Milos is already a professor of political science at the university. He's taking me to the border, my last stop.
So here, Milos, we are where in Czech Republic? In the margin of Europe or in Central Europe, in the heart of Europe?
Definitely the heart of Europe. You know, I don't think that anybody from the Czech Republic could think about the Czech Republic differently. Because we love the idea that we are the heart of Europe, and of course, as many nations, we like the idea that we are somehow important or crucial for the history or maybe political development in Europe. So yeah, definitely the heart.
Yeah. Do you have some dream for personally for you, but also for the Czech Republic? Which are the dream of the young people?
I would say that my dream for Czech Republic would be to destroy the communist behavior and way of thinking in our minds, because I would say that the era of 40 years of communism is still shaping our behavior as a society. And I can see it even in my generation. We don't remember communist era, but as we were educated by the teachers, by our parents who were shaped in communist era, I think it still has some connotations to us.
Ici. Here we go. Now this is stretched up.
An arc without triumph. In 1815, an Austrian prince dedicated the curious monument lost in the forest to his father and brothers. From now on, this colonnade is a doorway to peace and hope.
Here it was a former monument built by the Prince Liechtenstein, who was a general from Austria. Now, what's the purpose for?
Today it's just, I would say, touristic attraction, but it used to be the watchtower during the communist era, because we are really close to the borders with Austria. It's 300 or 400 meters far from here, and as we are in the breaking point in the Western and Eastern Europe, this was quite a tough place.
Yeah, tough, and so the Iron Curtain was just behind us. Today it's totally open.
It's totally free to cross the borders to Austria with no limitation.
Yeah, it's good for Czech people, and I'm sure, Milos, for your personal dreams, is it?
Definitely, it is.
Okay, very good. Open gate. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
Milos.
you for having me.
Merci, Milos.
Thank you, Milos. That was the world seen from the train in the Czech Republic. Encounters with endearing characters in provinces which are often unknown but worth the detour. In short, this is a country that energizes. Thanks for following me, and see you soon.